Let's play some hockey tonight.
You are watching Gouche Live featuring Paul Rosen, brought to you by the good people at the Hockey News and, of course, Sports Illustrated.
And Paramount Sports Management on a beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Yes, my wife and I, Tony, we've already walked around the block.
Hold on, Tony's the wife?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
And her and I walked, and I'm going to do one period of the Leafs game or the Jets game. I either do one, usually the second period I do it. And you know what? The Leafs are up right now, and your Chicago Blackhawks, I'm going on record, you said they'd be the worst team in the NHL this year. And I'll tell you what, sorry, buddy, it's not going to happen, kid. The Red Wings are in the toilet. I know you like Bobby Ryan. I like the Red Wings, but I called God and said, help, pal, he's in trouble. And all I got back was a message saying, ouch.
Well, Detroit couldn't be worse than they were last year, and it's only been a few games. Although I really liked the way the young Finnish kid Lankinen played in the 2 wins against Detroit. The Hawks have a good, young, talented goalie. I just hope they don't burn him out. He's a kid. He played great in the World Juniors with Finland last year. Steven Ellis, we talked about him. We're both high on him. Hawks have nothing to lose, so why not play him? Got 2 wins now.
The only wings that are good right now are chicken wings, as I saw. All right, hey, listen, Aaron Kuzak joining in. He was with me last night as we did a tribute to Shane Tuck. A very sad story. We will be hosting this was for Aussie style. We're going to have a panel in a couple of weeks, maybe next week. I'm trying to put it together of all the doctors so we can understand the issues with AFL, football, rugby, sport around the world with CTE. Yeah, our condolences go out to Shane Tuck. Paul, if you don't know the story, we lost him.
I actually watched it. I watched the show that you did. It was quite good.
Yeah. And our friend, Professor Alan Pierce, is just absolutely amazing. And we're looking forward to that. Scott Haller is going to join us. We hope that Dr. Michael Booklin will join us out of Australia. It's going to be a great show, and we'll make sure it's posted and everybody knows about it. Listen, let's go around the league really quickly. Anything that is outside of the trade, we all know it was trade. A lot of people are saying the Jets won it. A lot of people are saying Columbus won it. I think it's going to earn itself out.
Yeah, you can't tell now. And, I'll tell you one thing, the Jets will definitely win it if Columbus doesn't re-sign Laine. If he just plays there this year, 56 games, less 14 that he can't play days that he has to go into quarantine. So we'll see what happens. If Columbus re-signs Laine to a nice contract, then Columbus could win it. I still like Dubois, and I like them both if they get to play with their teams.
Yeah,
he's only 2 years. He only signed a 2-year deal, so Winnipeg wants to re-up him too. Remember?
Hey, let's make sure that he just has a good couple of years, and the trade was worth it. Anthony, thank you. You were on the show last night. Thank you very much. Awesome show, as you say. And then go Bruins, go. Hey, listen, I thought the Bruins played very well. I watched the game as much as I can because I'm flipping back and forth. Any surprises for you right now?
Well, you talk about a Jekyll and Hyde in goal for the Philadelphia Flyers and Carter Hart. The first couple of games, this kid looked like he was going to be, and I don't want to write him off right away because I really like him, but he has looked really subhuman the last couple of games. Like he let a couple, the Bruins played well, but he let a couple of real bad ones and stinkers, Gooch. It looks like he's turning around, and we should try to get McGuire on this week to talk about it because he looks really, really unfocused right now.
Yes, I'd love to do that, of course. Talk about my Hellerbuck. He is playing outstanding.
Well, he did not let you last night. He let a couple of bad ones and a couple of stinkies. They won, but he let a couple of stinkies in against Ottawa.
Sorry, did you say 6-3? Yes, thank you. 6-3, the Jets over Senators. Won't get into the scores. We'll do that right at the end of the show, of course.
But did you 3 goals that went in?
I know,
and the fourth one that went in was just as bad. And, no, that was a deflection. But they called it back on the offside. But the 3 goals that went in were not Hellebuck goals. He's not happy with himself.
All right, we'll get into that because we're going to talk about what the heck's going on in Canuck land. Big issues there. Hey, listen, right behind me, you see George Armstrong, Red Kelly. I'll just move my head there. You can see Wendell Clark, Rick Vive, and our greatest ambassador, or one of our greatest ambassadors, Ron Ellis. As we've all heard, George Armstrong passed away today, and we are just sending all of our condolences to the family. We've lost another legend in our hockey family. He spent his childhood in a small town, Falconbridge. Do you know where Falconbridge, Ontario is?
I think, is it by Sudbury?
It's exactly there. He was born of Irish and Algonquin heritage, and his father worked in the nickel mines in Sudbury.
You've had a chance to meet him, over the years?
Unbelievable. Only twice, but those two were just absolutely. It was with actually Ron Ellis. Look at these pictures. He's just, God, unbelievable.
Absolute gentleman. Very difficult, like the last time we talked to Kevin Shea, very difficult to have a George Armstrong autograph picture. Didn't autograph many things. It'll be worth a lot now. Real gentleman, nice man. The chief, the last Leaf to hold a Stanley Cup as the captain. Will it be Jean Tavares as the next one, or will it be the next captain after Tavares? Only time will tell.
Well, I hope it's Tavares, because if it's the one after him, I don't know if I'm going to see that one or remember it.
Well, Tavares is not going to be around for what, maybe another 3, 4 years, 5 years?
He only played for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Don't forget that throughout his career. 1,188 games, 296 goals, 417 assists, 713 points, and 721 penalty minutes. I'm shocked, because I've always heard what a gentleman he was.
Hey, I bet you if we had Liam McGuire on, he could tell us his first goal, his 8th goal, his 27th goal, his 63rd goal.
I thought he only knew playoffs.
Oh, no. McGuire knows everything.
All right, let's not forget that he played for Copper Cliff Jr. Redmond of the NOHA. I would say that's the Northern Ontario Hockey Association. In 1946-47, he was an affiliate player for the Stratford Junior A team. He was assigned to play there. He had 73 points in 36 games and won Most Valuable Player.
That's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
That's Gouche numbers in Germany.
Well, I didn't get a chance to play up in Northern Ontario. Come from Winnipeg, kid.
No, but I said that's Gouche numbers in Germany. 106 goals in 12 games. That's in warm up too, though.
No question. Hey, listen. Obviously, the Leafs saw him, said we got to get him onto the Marlies. And you know what? George Armstrong and Kerry Goulet have in common.
They both like hot dogs.
Very wrong answer.
Okay.
In 1950. This young man won the Allen Cup, scored 19 goals in 18 Allen Cup playoff games. He won it with the Marlboros in 1950 as the Canadian Senior Hockey Championships, and that's what the Allen Cup was for. And you know what? I won an Allen Cup.
In 1988?
Yep.
Cool.
They dubbed him Big Chief Shoot the Puck and presented him with the ceremonial headdress. The Chief, nickname stuck throughout his career. Hey, listen, Val, if you don't mind, Alan Stitt was great. You haven't seen his museum, but you will, Paul. He doesn't, I keep saying it. I know he's on here. I don't know if he's watching, but he did make a comment. We're doing an event there to raise money.
When this world gets back to normal.
But you, I, and Val will go there, and we'll scout it first just to make sure the place is okay to run an event.
Yeah, we'll make security check.
That's it. His most famous goal is probably the one he scored in the empty net to clinch the cup in '67. Now, I'm going to think about that for a second.
Well,
anybody can hit an empty net.
No, but that's the last goal with the Leaf getting a cup. That's like '67, Gouche. I was 7, you were 8.
I don't even remember it.
Well, I kind of remember it because it's Toronto and I live here. You were in Winnipeg in '68, right?
Yes. He was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame, don't forget, in 19 75. His number 10 has been retired by the Toronto Maple Leafs. And look at this incredible jersey. Thanks to Alan Stitt's Museum, we have the opportunity to see a jersey that was worn. And this jersey was 1961-62 season. And the Leafs.
Those sweaters were like wool. They weighed like 20 pounds.
Well, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Alan has to keep it room temperature, or there's something that's the next jersey where you see the C is right at the bottom. The one with the C just above the crest. This was 1955-56, and there's some thought he wasn't the captain in either of those seasons.
Look how high that seems.
Or 56. We're thinking that he sewed it on himself. We're not sure why he had the C on that, but this one here is 1961-62, and they won 4 Stanley Cups.
Look at that.
Thank you, Alan Stitt.
Hey, that C's almost on the shoulder.
What a you know what? I've actually
there's Alan.
These jerseys. I've not touched that particular one in Alan's office museum, but I have at the Hockey Hall of Fame, where they have them wrapped up and they're in this special locker room. It's crazy. Some of the wool jerseys.
Oh yeah,
incredible. I think I told you this once. 1972 Russian team toured Germany, and I got to play against them, and they had wool jerseys. Like, these were knitted jerseys.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, it's happy to have an event there. Beautiful.
Thank you, Alan. You are.
And Val is like, we're happy to, or we have permission to have an event there. Okay. See how I'm reading now? So much better.
Fantastic. Hey, listen, people may not know, he played for the Pittsburgh Hornets in the AIHL. I always get AIHL and AHL.
Well, that's because your affiliation with Australia.
Yes. So the Pittsburgh Hornets in 1951-52, 50 games, 30 goals, 29 points for 59 points.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
Stratford Crullers. I wonder if that's how you say it. KROEHLERS of the Ontario Hockey League.
Sounds great. Good old Stratford.
Val is an amazing producer. Watch this picture.
Okay. You jinxed them.
The Allen Cup.
Look at those numbers, the way they are.
I love those jerseys.
Numbers in the front. Bring back numbers in the front logo.
Now, where is he? Because he doesn't. Let me just check.
He's number 15. Is he 15? It's hard to. It's very fuzzy for me. But I is that him, number 15 in the front?
I'm going on record. I don't see him on there.
I don't know.
Maybe he was the water boy. Maybe they're just. Maybe George is fooling us.
Yeah.
It said he was there. He's there somewhere. If not, he's there in spirit. And that is the Allen Cup. I've actually raised the Allen Cup over my head like it was a Stanley Cup, and I drank bubbly out of it.
Cool.
Listen, a couple of comments coming. This is great, all the way from Anthony, Tasmania. If Toronto doesn't have to face Bruins in the first round of the playoffs, they may have a chance to get through to the second round. Not sure which decade they will win the next cup. Listen, George Armstrong is leaving us his best and saying, this is our year. If we're going to lose George Armstrong, the legend, played all of his career with the Maple Leafs. As you know, that happened a lot in those days. Paul, it doesn't happen often, or I don't think ever in the new era of hockey.
Very rare. Very rare. Yeah, I don't think, it'd be a nice tribute to Georgie, but I don't think the Leafs are going to win the cup this year. They may win the Canadian division, but they're not going to win the cup. In my opinion, I could totally be wrong.
All right, I'm just looking up some notes here. I don't know. George personally. I met him twice.
Yeah, I met him.
Ronnie Ellis, actually. A very, very nice man. A very quiet, unassuming gentleman. But you just look at his stats and a leader that didn't have to, yell and scream.
Yeah, I met him a few times also, and very, very solid, big guy, really tall guy. But yeah, nice, quiet, very quiet, very much like John Beliveau, very quiet.
Same kind of stature. He was 6'1".
Yep.
So in those days, as you know, that's big for the NHL.
Absolutely.
Armstrong was never a great skater, but was rarely out of position. He knew how to play the angles on opposing forwards and was a great cornerman in the offensive zone. He never attended the scoring heights in the National Hockey League as he did in juniors, but he certainly was a leader. He brought determination, leadership, and you know what? Ronnie and Johnny Bauer told me this. I didn't know this, but he had a sense of humor, and he was very good for when the Toronto Maple Leafs lost Bill Barilko in that tragic accident in 1951. He kept the team together. That is a really nice compliment, obviously being bestowed on a gentleman that you look at his stats. Okay, he's a Hockey Hall of Famer, not only because he was a consistent player, Paul, but most importantly, he was a true leader and led the Toronto Maple Leafs to 4 Stanley Cups.
And that's what it was about back then. It wasn't about, getting 100 points in the season. It was about doing all the intangibles, all the little things that you had to do. Look at that. And using a straight stick. And look at those skates. Wow. And those gloves almost coming up to the elbows.
I hate to say it, I had those gloves and skates.
Yeah, I'm sure you did back in the day.
Really nice to have Alan Stitt throwing some information to us. Tell me if you remember this one. There was a movie called Face Off.
Yeah, I do remember.
Art Hindle was this man was in it.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I'd have to go back and watch it again, but I do remember the movie.
Armstrong was named captain of the Leafs to start the 1957-58 season. I don't remember that. And was called by Conn Smythe the best captain as a captain the Leafs have ever had, says Conn Smythe.
Considering the great captains the Leafs have had, Teeter Kennedy and some of the greats, that's pretty high praise.
Smith later honored his captain by naming one of his horses Big Chief Army, something Smith had done only on two other occasions, once for Charlie Conacher and once for, who you said, John Beliveau. After his retirement, Armstrong was a coach for the Memorial Cup victories for the Toronto Marlies in 1972, 73, 74, and 75. And then he became a scout for the Quebec Nordiques. Listen, he was more than just a great leader and a great hockey player.
Yeah, absolutely. A true hockey man, a true hockey legend, and the game lost another great today.
Your brother coming on, look at that. Just his smile, just that look. Art Hindle played a guy like Jim McKinney in the movie. You're absolutely right.
Howie. Good old Howie. Take the front puck in front of the net and lose it in front of your goalie. Now,
obviously, we are too old to remember. I do not remember him playing. I'm only going by what I've heard. And, of course, we've obviously behind me, Ron Ellis, Red Kelly, who, again, being in the position I've been in, I've got to meet all of those 5 gentlemen there I've had the opportunity to meet. Yep. Ron said that he was a great leader in the dressing room, on the ice, but more importantly, off the ice. He was a very determined, would take guys aside, talk to them, buy them dinner. He was just an all-around quality human being.
Yeah, that's, definitely I don't remember him, but my brother might. He's got 4 years on me, 3 years on you. He might remember some of those games, but yeah, back in the day, that was those teams, like you said when we had Ron on, they traveled by train. They were really close. It wasn't like the way the game is now. You could go, days without talking to a teammate. Back then, you were together all the time.
Yeah. So the Toronto Maple Leafs are facing off right now with the Calgary Flames. They have given a moment of silence to George Armstrong. For everybody that's joining us, you're watching Gouche Live featuring Paul Rosen, brought to you by the good people at the Hockey News and, of course, Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, and Paramount Sports Management. I wonder, Gooch, if the Leafs are going to put a patch, a number 10 patch on the arm, or maybe over the heart, or maybe a little C for his captaincy, a chief or something. They'll probably do something.
What a great tribute. You know, when Gordie Howe passed, they put the number 9 on. I don't know if it was league wide, but they did put it on a bunch of the jerseys. I'm not sure it was league wide, but we did that in Australia. You may recall that we had the number 9 on all of our jerseys when Gretzky came, and it was a tribute paid to a man that at a time, both of these people, a lot of young guys will not even know who he is. Look at this. This is an amazing video. Thank you.
Yeah, that was it. There's Chief George Armstrong. Got it. There's Pete Stemkowski I just saw. Bob Pulford. Horseback through downtown Toronto.
And you know what? Muzzin has just scored for the Toronto Maple Leafs, honoring Mr. Armstrong. So the Leafs are up 1-0 really quickly into the first period. Well, no, I guess about 7 minutes into the game. Great comment here. I did not know this. I read through all the particulars on George Armstrong, and here's one coming out from Allen Stitt. After the Leafs won the Cup in '67, Armstrong retired and then unretired for about 5 straight seasons. Now, do you think that a lot of players did that back then?
Probably money. Probably was looking for another $25 and a free dry cleaning for a week or something. The way these guys were paid.
Listen, I got a hold of Allen Stitt a little bit late. I tried to get Kevin Shea to maybe pop on. Alan was unavailable, but he's making some great comments here. He has contracts of the late George Armstrong that would have been cool, because then we would have known what was his largest payday.
I'm sure it wasn't a lot. I remember Johnny Bauer telling me after they won the one cup, he asked Ballard for an extra $100 so he wouldn't have to go back to Saskatchewan in the summer, and he said no. $100.
So if we could, you've played with players of this ilk, if I could say, but watching the Toronto Maple Leafs over all of their years, would he be top 5 of captains or top 3? Obviously.
Yeah, I think top 5 for sure. It depends, what you're going to go popularity to the guys younger or older, depends on the era. But somebody like a Kevin Shea or an Alan Stitt, a historian that would look at all the eras. I'd like to get the maybe top 10 Leaf captains ranked from day one to now. I think he'd be in the top. I'd probably put him in the top 5, Gooch.
Oh, there's Paul Pascu, always a contributor. Thank you for joining us. That's why his last 2 seasons, Army wasn't the captain of the Leafs. Yeah, you know what? It's always, Leaf fans love to talk about those type of things, which, who's the greatest player, who's your most popular player. Obviously, Dave Keon had his stint where he was kind of banished for a while and came back in. So it'd be really cool to see. Maybe that's something, Paul, if you're able to maybe give us an idea who you think. Let's just say the top 3. I know Daryl Sittler's got to be in the mix.
Maybe a guy like Ted Kennedy.
Ted Kennedy could be in there. George Armstrong, top 5.
Depending on how you're looking at it or how young you are, Wendell Clark, anything's. I don't know. It's a tough one. That's a tough one. They've got some. You go way, way back to Charlie Conacher. There's some. It depends. It really does.
What does it take to be? Obviously, I've been a captain on a few teams. What do you think it takes? How does somebody pick a captain? How do they, out of those guys? How does a coach say, "All right, I'm going to take him"?
Well, I think it's got a lot to do with how the player can rally the team. You know, when the team's going well, keeping the team on an even keel. When they're down, going individually to talk to players. Having a good captain is, you know, I had a couple real good captains when I played for Team Canada. Having a captain where you could go to the captain. Maybe you're having an issue with the coach and you can't go to the coach or the GM. You go to the captain, but you know the captain's going to take care of it in a very respectful way that's not going to put you in trouble. It's tough being a captain because you gotta handle a lot of personalities, and then you have to handle the media, and you have to handle the coach and the GM.
Yeah, you know, one name. Thank you, Alan. Sil Apps. Forgot all about him.
Yeah, Davey Keelan.
Can't go with the can't go without mentioning Sil Apps when it's around the Toronto Maple Leafs. Listen, Paul. Obviously, it's a sad day here. Thank you, Paul, for throwing this in. If you are going to go by success, it's Apps, Kennedy, and Armstrong as the top three, and none of them had issues with management like the others did. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. And
I think a good captain is absolutely worth their weight in gold. Massive responsibility. I think in Toronto right now, John Tavares is doing a great job. I think it would have been a mistake to go with Austin Matthews. Myself personally, I thought Tavares was the right choice at this particular time. Let Matthew grow into that. He's obviously, if he stays with the Leafs for long term, he will end up eventually being the captain.
In my opinion, Tavares, he was a captain in the island. He's a Toronto boy, perfect pick. And I think Austin Matthews, you Leaf fans that are watching right now, you want to send me hate mail, you can. I think Austin Matthews, the only captain he'll be of is the Arizona Coyotes.
Whoa. You think he's going there?
After this contract, absolutely.
Holy mac. We better write that down.
You can. I got no problem with that.
All right, so
and dreaming just in care of Paul Rosen. Thanks, Val. I appreciate that.
And listen, I just want to thank everybody for piping in. Alan Stitt, fantastic. Love the jerseys. Thank you. We will do an event at your place because we honestly, I'm blown away by not only your kindness but the actual showroom. It's really cool just to watch. There's a lot of Leaf lovers, right? But Alan just doesn't show his love for the Leafs.
Yeah.
Right. As your brother says here, the Hawks had 21 on their jerseys honoring Stan Mikita.
Yep.
And also on the center ice behind both nets.
Yeah, the Leafs will put a 10 on. It might not have been on for this game because it just happened today, but it'll be on for sure, 100%. I agree with Paul Matthews. Oh, yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I know you don't like when I turn my head to watch TV every once in a while, but and it's still a second half to go. Tom Brady is leading Aaron Rodgers in an unbelievable upset so far. 20-10, Tampa's up on Green Bay. There's still a second half to go, but and then a huge game. I know Scott Taylor's going to be watching tonight. The Buffalo Bills playing Kansas City.
Hey, hang on a sec here. Upset?
What?
What do you mean upset? It's Brady.
Doesn't matter. It's Tampa. And Green Bay was a number one ranked team. They got to buy Aaron Rodgers, the MVP this year.
Brady.
Huge upset. And it's still not over. Huge upset.
Listen, let's get into the fun time of the game. This was unbelievable. Rest in peace, George Armstrong.
Yeah.
Let's go to scores last night. Val, bring it up. Are you wearing a wing? Hey, Paul, we got to buy him a Chicago Blackhawks toque.
No, it's just his team is his team, and that's fine, you know.
I'll add to the fun fair we have going on since I'm today's lightning rod because the teams got blown out again.
Lightning rod.
They were good back in the day, and, you know, that one day maybe again.
How many cups did the Wings win in their history?
10. No, sorry.
No, they don't have 10.
Leafs have 13?
Yeah, the Wings don't have 10. Maybe they got
10.
You sure about that?
It's either 9 or 10.
All right.
Okay, I'm throwing it out there. I want everybody by next week. We'll do who has the best chicken wings? What city?
Oh, there's a bar in Buffalo where the Buffalo Wings, so it's called the Anchor.
Yeah, the Anchor Bar.
Buffalo, that's the best one. So.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a big chicken wing guy. I like St. Louis chicken wings, but
So best chicken wings in non-adult establishments, because it's not an NBA show, right? We're a hockey show.
All right, let's go to scores last night. Anybody surprised about what happened?
No, we actually had a good night. We all went 3 for 1. We all picked Montreal over
3-1.
the
3-1. We picked 4 games, 3 wins, 1 loss, right?
yeah, three.
No, didn't we pick the
3-1.
Panthers game too?
3 for 1, 3-1.
3-1. Okay, 4-1. We all went 4-1 with the Panthers game.
Yeah.
We all picked the Habs. We stunk it up with the Flyers. We all had St. Louis, and we all picked Winnipeg.
Hey, listen, who would have thought? Let's get right into controversy right off the bat. Hart has fallen apart.
Oh my God.
Like 6-1 drubbing.
One word, it's Philadelphia, where goalies go to die. Unfortunately.
No. The kid is he's
Literally.
amazing. He just, you know what? I want to get Jamie to break it down, but last night, if you watch those goals, he just looks like he's in another world. He's turning around. He's not in a proper position. That first win that he had the shutout, he looked incredible.
He looked great.
He does not look. He doesn't look right.
Yeah, he's a good goaltender. Oh, and just an update, I was wrong. Detroit has 11 cups.
Of course you're wrong. Hey, listen, Blue Jackets, Tampa. It was really funny. We talked about it yesterday. What was really funny was when the reporter interviewing
Patrick Laine
says, "We brought you in for goal scoring," and he says, "Why do you need me? You've already got 3." So I think that's a pretty good show of his personality. He's a funny dude, they say. So not only the Jets have lost somebody that maybe keeps a little bit of humor in that dressing room.
Until the first game that he's on the bench and something happens and Tortorella looks at him and says 9 words and 10 of them have the F word in it.
You know what? There's another thought of why Dubois wanted to go to the Jets.
His father lives in Winnipeg.
Well, he's the assistant coach for the Manitoba Moose.
Oh, okay, so he's got ties to Winnipeg.
Yes.
I mean,
Right,
Manitoba.
It's the same. They play out of the same building.
Were you surprised of the Blue Jackets handling Tampa such a big loss, 5-2?
Personally, I was, yeah. Considering it, Tampa's been picked by many people to repeat as Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised, only because it's teams. You're playing teams like back to back and all this. It's going to happen. Teams are going to lose a game. They're going to win a game. I don't think losing one or an upset is an upset anymore because of the craziness going on. The thing that kills me is the success of Montreal right now and the downfall of Vancouver.
What is going on?
I don't know whether the coach is going, but I think Jim Benning could be the first GM to go.
I think the GM will go before the coach. He's
the reason for the chaos right now, right? And their salary cap issues that they're having. So he's hampered. If he's got to make a trade, it's got to fit within their cap.
Hey, you got to have a big shout out to Corey Perry. That was a nice goal.
Hey, do you remember when they picked him up at the beginning, and then I said, "Listen, I love this kid," and then he went on waivers and he cleared waivers. I still think he's going to help them. I really do. The Habs are playing good hockey.
Was he the player that said he'd retire?
What?
Was he the player that said if he got picked up on waivers, he'd retire?
No,
that was Jason.
That's
I know that. All right, so I'm really concerned in Vancouver. I think they just don't look interested. There's just something not clicking right at this moment. And I really liked, I'm not a big fight guy, but obviously the challenge with our friend Myers after that hit, not getting suspended. Obviously, Armenia is out. We don't know how long.
I like the old school of Emerson in the warm-up, skating by him at the center ice red line and going, "We're going, brother." And then first shift, boom. Took him down.
That actually happened to me in Germany, which is not a guy named Gary Schwint. Tough as nails. Like we're talking, ugly. Like I can't even. Jim Thompson, tough. So we were the favorite team, and he was from Winnipeg too, which is unbelievable, skating around. And every time we'd go past the red dot, he'd chirp me, and I kind of looked down because I didn't want him. I didn't want to grin at him or something. And in the game, he chased me around the ice. It was It's probably the first time if I would have filled a Dependi. Like, I was scared. I thought I was going to die that day.
Did you do it? Like, did you do anything? Like Myers did something. You didn't hit anybody dirty. Or
But I was, I was cocky.
Yeah, but
in their rink, this was in our rink. In their rink, we beat them badly a couple times, and I may have done one too many fist pumps.
Oh, I get it.
The reason why I've got short, always raising my arms.
Did you would you have turtled if we jumped you?
You know what?
Be honest.
Yes.
Good man. You're honest.
Did you have a tough guy on your team to protect you at least?
Oh yeah, but he was fighting somebody else.
Oh, okay.
He literally, honestly, at a face-off, he chased me around he chased me around the ice. And we're good friends. Like, we've had beers together. All right.
Did you not pick up a tab? Is that why he was chasing you?
Jets 6-3. I'm loving where we're at. I want to hear Hellerbuck. Listen, he's making the saves when they're needed. You're not so impressed, Paul.
No. He just had a bad game. Those 3 goals were terrible goals. Did you see the goals, Val?
No, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to.
They were shots that you could see, especially the last one when Paul scored. You could see that he looked and he was like, "Man, I got to stop that." But I still love him. I think he's top 3 in the league.
Hey, Nick Paul, wow, big compliment, big shout out. He came with us to Australia. He has got a 6 set of mitts, like unbelievable for a big kid. And he's got some not only skill, but the kid can skate. Hey, your brother's coming in, popping in. Hawks 6-2 over Red Wings. Breaking news. But the good thing about that is Sutter with a hat trick. Bring me up to speed if you can, guys, because I know when I saw he was first star, and I think it was in an Islanders jersey.
Islanders? What do you mean?
Yeah, we never show. They have a picture of the guy's head.
Pew.
Yeah.
Come from the Islanders?
Pio. Yeah. Kind of love that. How do you pronounce his first name? It's
Pius? Is it Pius?
I think it's Pius. He's from Zurich.
Okay, Pew. I don't know.
But
I like his last name, Sutter. It's easy.
Yeah. I still love the fact that the Finnish goalie is getting a chance to play.
All right, wrap it up with obviously the Blues beating Los Angeles. I like the Blues. I think they're in a good position right now. Your thoughts, Paul? Do you think some people? I know you've said Tampa is poised maybe to repeat.
No, that Val said that. I didn't say.
No, that's what I said. I'm sorry if I didn't. That's what I was suggesting.
Yeah.
Some people are saying the Blues are in a good position.
It's going to be tough, you know what? Because I really think Vegas is the team, but we're not even 10 games in. Let's reevaluate at 20 games. You never know. Team gets 2 or 3 COVID players. They're out for a week or 2. It's just so crazy to call it this year. I think St. Louis is as good as anybody. They've got a very solid team. The players that they lost, I think they're making it up, and it really is going to depend on their goaltending too. Can Binnington come back and have that Stanley Cup year that he had? It was an off year last year. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
The teams that are bad are bad. LA's a bad team. Chicago's a bad team. Detroit's a bad team. That's just the way it is.
Yep. All right, let's go through today's scores really quickly. Wrap it up. Obviously, Blackhawks have already beaten the Red Wings 6.
I say the Hawks will beat the Red Wings 6-2.
It's 2-2 in Buffalo Capitals. It's still 1-0 in the first. Leafs over Calgary. Let's go to there. What do you think of Flames Leafs today?
I think Calgary's going to come back and win 3-2.
Okay.
I don't know anymore. You know what? I can't even believe I got 3 right yesterday.
I'm looking at the Leafs to come. I think they beat them. I think it's going to be 4-2.
4-2 Leafs?
Yep.
I'm going to say Calgary wins because I think Markstrom's playing much at the moment. He's playing better than Anderson. I mean, it is early.
Is
You
he?
did. I think they both did.
You know what? I'm gonna go Calgary. I'll go Calgary 3-1.
All right.
Campbell, Val, I haven't turned the game on because I was watching the football game, but from what I'm looking at, Jack Campbell's in goal for Toronto.
Say that again.
Jack Campbell's in goal for Toronto.
I like him.
Yeah, so do I.
You got to play him.
Yeah.
It doesn't say who's in goal for
Markstrom.
Calgary. Markstrom is okay. So
Yeah.
Hey, Ottawa last
Markstrom and
night
Campbell,
didn't play. Ottawa did not play Murray last night. It was at Hogberg.
well, yeah, that was a last second thing. That was
Yeah.
crazy because you actually call that, Val. I saw it on the NHL Network that they had the other guy, but I didn't think he played terrible.
On Sportsnet, they actually had, you're right, because you said that on Sportsnet. That. Listen, Anthony, sorry, buddy, last comment for you. I like that even Chara and Kruger gone, that the Bruins have bought back their third period mojo. Brought back.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony, you must be a Bruins fan. All right, let's go to the next one. Pittsburgh Penguins against the New York Rangers.
We haven't touched those teams in a while, so
You know what? I'm baffled by the Rangers. Like they look amazing or they look brutal.
Pittsburgh's been the same way too.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Pittsburgh.
We've got Yari and the Russian kid is a 1-1. I'm gonna go 4-2 Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And Kerry, you win 4-3 Pittsburgh?
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna go I'll go 4-2 Rangers. Just to make it interesting.
Okay.
Sorry, if we can go back to the Rangers game, was Lafreniere scratched the last game for the Rangers because he didn't register anything?
No, I think he's played.
It didn't. You're right. It did not have anything. It had zeros all because you said he didn't play.
Game.
I thought I heard his name in it. So very good point. Should have picked up on that. Hey, listen, Steven's going 4-2 Pens.
Yeah, Val, I'm just looking. He played.
Okay,
There was no ice time number.
There was no ice time numbers from the last game. That's all.
That's weird.
That is really weird.
Got him listed in the roster here.
Okay.
Maybe he was scratched. Maybe he was scratched after warm up.
Good point.
Probably, yeah. But I don't know about today's game, so that's the thing. So it'll probably be in today's lineup.
Anthony's taking Rangers 3-2. All right, speeding it up. We're only doing the Jets. And I'm going to go. Say what?
Jets Edmonton?
Yes, sir. I'm going. Hollerbuck, Costa. I'm going.
No, they're back.
I love Kyle Connor. I got to tell you, that kid's a stud. Stud.
Yeah, they got Kostinen's playing for Edmonton, but their backup Boisson, I can't pronounce his name, is playing for Winnipeg.
And yet they have it here, Hollerbuck. So I'm going to go 4-3 Jets.
4-3 Jets. All right, Rosie, what do you got?
You know what? The Oilers, I just can't stand them because every time I go against them, because I think they stink with goal, they do something. So I'm going to say Winnipeg's back on track with that win last night. I say Winnipeg 4-2.
4-2.
All right, last one. Or did
I
you
will
say?
say, whoa,
Yeah.
let the Red Wing guy pick one. Maybe he'll get it right. I'll say 4-2 Jets. There you go.
Thank you. Anthony says 4-1 Edmonton. Anthony, you're off my Christmas card mailing list. All right, final one. Sharks Wild. Sharks Wild. My buddy Burnsy versus my other buddy, I'm name dropping, and my other buddy Colsey. Burnsy, Colsey. Who is it? All right. So you're picking Burnsy or Colsey. You're not picking the team. You're picking the player.
Yeah, I'm going with sorry, Burnsy. I'm going with Colsey.
So I'll put Cole.
Did you say coleslaw? All right, I'm going. Burnsy, I love you, kid. I'm with you, Paul. I think there's some trouble in paradise.
No, there's definitely trouble in paradise.
I think the Sharks have lost their teeth. I'm going to go with the Wild winning a close one. It's going to be.
We're doing. I thought you said
no. Burns and Colsey. Pick one.
Oh yeah, Colsey. Sorry,
Colsey?
bring me back to speed. That Colsey guy's going to beat the Burnsy guy 3-2. Colsey's going to get an assist. Burnsy's going to score a goal.
Okay, so,
So,
I'm
Paul,
going to
your
I'm gonna
cozy pick with a score is?
yeah, I'm going to say Colsey 3-2 also. I'm going to say the exact same thing. And I'm going to say that the only other potential on a GM firing could be Doug Wilson might have finally
His day has come.
he might be done eventually in San Jose. But I think Jim Benning's the first GM to go.
For sure. I'm going to go Burnsy 4-3.
Okay. Listen, we're ending the show now. I'm going on record. Could you tell me this? What did Paul Rosen go with the Jets Edmonton?
Oh, he went Jets 4-2.
Oh, God. I was going to say, I love your brother more, but I love you both. 6-4. That's a big score, Steve.
Back-to-back Sixers? Who knows?
They could. They've got the. You know what? They do have the players. They're just. They finally. I love that Shifley, man. He can handle the puck.
Unbelievable. Anthony, the Colsey against Burnsy, 5-4 overtime.
Colsey scores in overtime.
Colsey again, 3-1 from Rosie.
Hey, what do you guys think? Real quick. Can Dallas is playing their second game against the Predators, their second game of the year. Do you think they can do another 7-0 game?
7, no, but I think they'll win Dallas.
I'm not a very good bettor, but in terms, what's that called? Over under or whatever?
Yeah, Nashville looks terrible.
One
side bet. Hold on. Dallas over under 7. Kerry?
What does that mean?
Between the two of them, the goals in the game?
Yeah. No, Dallas. Will Dallas go over 7 or under 7?
No, they're not going to score 7 again. Under.
Okay, between the two of them then.
Will there be 7 goals in the game?
Over under, yeah, in the game. Okay. Dallas and Preds.
Over 7.
Okay, Kerry?
Under 7.
Okay.
It's going to be 6-0 Dallas.
I'll pick the tie at 7. So.
Okay. Wow, that's gutsy.
Oh, look at Dallas under 7. All right, kids. Hey, listen, what a great show. Obviously, George Armstrong leaving us. We're all sending our condolences to his family and to the Leafs hockey family. And, of course, all hockey have lost not only a great superstar, a great captain, but a phenomenal ambassador to our game.
I just watched, real quick. I just saw a highlight of the Leafs. They do not have anything on their sweater as of yet, but they will have a 10 on their sweater for the next game.
No question. All right. On behalf of Paul, Val, Gouche, you've been watching Gouche Live right here featuring that man, Paul Rosen, brought to you by the Hockey News and Sports Illustrated.
And Paramount Sports Management.
I'm not as up on the teams or their players, so I'd simply be guessing weird things like one name over the other because it sounds better. Well, you know what,
That's
Robert?
What we do.
I'll tell you what real quickly, okay, Robert? In football, years ago, I went into a football draft at the beginning of the year, and one of the guys' wives wanted to be a part of it. She didn't know anything, but every week she picked the winners on the color of the jersey. She won the $5,000 at the end of the year, okay? So you don't have to know anything about
That's right. Robert, we want you. Hey, who put your hand up? Who wants Robert in our next? Okay, Robbie, tomorrow, you just pick a color.
Who cares? Pick a team.
We've actually been more lucky than right. So
no, better idea. Pick a player. Colsey or Burnsy.
Sure.
Matthew or Goudreau.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Liney, but he's gone already. So, all right, guys.
Yeah, go Bills.
Let's play some hockey.